Hello everyone, my name is Aaron. I'm a health coach at PartnerMD in Greenville, South Carolina. Thank you for finding this video. In this video, we're going to talk about how to cut back on sugar without feeling deprived. We're going to talk about food, of course, and the desire to eat sugary foods, sweet foods. So if these are not good suggestions, please don't use them. If you have an eating disorder, please get the therapy, get the help that you need. Because these are just guidelines that might not be appropriate for you. But to start, I'd like to talk about the background of sugar. And in the past, sugar was really hard to come by. It was found either in ripe fruit that was not as delicious, as sweet as it is now, because it has been bred or hybridized to be sweeter. And of course, in the old days, fruit ripened seasonally and there wasn't a globalized trade. So it was very hard to find different fruits throughout the year available in your local store. The other thing to think about is refined sugar, like powdered sugar, crystallized sugar, was a luxury item in the past. Now it is extremely cheap. If you go to the grocery store, you can get pounds of it for not too many dollars, or it's even free if you go to a restaurant. It's on the table, just ready to go. The other thing about fruit is that oftentimes it ripened before the winter time. So it ripened in late summer or fall. And of course, in the wintertime, starvation was much more frequent. So we actually needed more sugar. Sugar would have been beneficial to us in the old days to help us live through the winter. There is a unique thing about plants on Earth, in that there is no plant on Earth that is sweet and dangerous. There is a fruit in the Caribbean called the ackee fruit, and it is actually dangerous until it fully ripens. So while it's ripening, it's becoming less bitter, but it is still poisonous. Once it fully ripens, it is safe to eat, but it can be fatal if it's eaten before it is fully ripened. The other thing to think about safety is that we always say home sweet home. So of course there's that aspect of feeling safe and combining that with the idea of sweetness and sugar. And of course, parties and holiday traditions, usually we're feeling good, we're with people we love, we're with people we enjoy spending time with, and there is typically a lot of sweet food there. So now let's get into the tactics, the things we can do to reduce our consumption of sugar. The first one is to reduce consumption of sugar incrementally. So think about if you often get the large soda or large sweet tea, you can get the medium or the small, or you can ask the waiter or waitress to bring you a half sweet, half unsweet tea, or a different proportion to break that habit of getting the fully sweet or the large item. The other thing that we can do is to be aware of the ways that the food manufacturers combine sweetness with different flavors or different textures. So let's think about a Snickers bar. There are so many different flavor profiles. There's the crunch from the peanuts, and then compare that with a milk chocolate bar, and then compare that with a certain number of tablespoons of straight sugar. Of course, most people, I think, would find it easier to eat a Snickers bar. I know I would. Another thing we can do is to calm ourselves down when we are in the environment where sweet foods, sugary foods are available. We might find, once we're calmed down, that we don't want the sweet foods. High cortisol drives sugar out of the blood. If we feel low blood sugar, we will want more sugar in the blood to survive. So we'll look for sweet foods, sugary foods, but that won't be necessarily beneficial for us. There's a unique raisin experiment used in many mindfulness practices or meditation practices, where participants are given a raisin and informed that, hypothetically, this is the last raisin they will ever see or get to eat in their entire lives. Of course, many people will really look at the raisin and smell the raisin and really, really taste the raisin, get all the sweetness out of that raisin. But of course, now we go to the grocery store and there are lots of raisins. But of course, if we really pay attention to the sweetness in a food, we might feel more and need less, if that makes sense. I hope it does. Another tactic that is used by people in the addiction field is urge surfing. So if we want something, we ask ourselves if we can wait 1 minute. We try to wait that 1 minute. If we wait the minute and then we have the sweet food in this case, then we congratulate ourselves because at least we waited a minute, but maybe we can wait another minute or 10 other minutes, or maybe we desire it no more. We passed that minute and we realized that we actually didn't want the food after all. Another thing we can do is ask ourselves if we truly are hungry, or if we're just bored, or if we're feeling bad. And if we're bored, we can do something exciting. If we're feeling bad, we can do something that lifts our spirits so that we don't want the sugary food. This is another tactic that might be good. It might not be good, but you can keep a picture of a fatty liver in your wallet or your purse, or a picture of rotten teeth, because sugar does cause fatty liver disease, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and it does rot teeth. It is not needed for human life. Sugar, of course, tastes good. We all know that. We've talked about that. That's why we're talking about these tactics, but we do not need sugar to live. And the last tactic might be maybe the simplest, but if we are less hungry, we might want less sugary food. So if you're going to a party where you know there will be sweet foods, then we can eat slow digesting, satiating food prior to that party. An example would be maybe you have a lot of whole fat Greek yogurt. It's very satiating, it's slow digesting. Maybe we put just a dash of cinnamon, a teaspoon of maple syrup, because of course we want to do what it makes us feel good and helps us be successful. We have that before the party. We've gotten our sugary food out of the way, and of course whole fat Greek yogurt with a teaspoon of maple syrup and a dash of cinnamon is almost certainly healthier than the cookies or the cakes at the party. I hope this has been helpful. I hope you found some value from this video. We are health coaches at PartnerMD, happy to talk to you to come up with different tactics that might work better for you. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope it was helpful.